Hi guys, it's Johnny and John from the Bulgarian Living channel. Today we're going to talk to you a bit more about animal feed. We've managed to source a very reasonably priced and very a decent brand really to feed our animals. We've had a few issues on feeding our animals just corn and wheat, and on the advice of a few people we've taken their advice. We've managed to find a really good brand, and I'll run through it with you today.
We are very sorry we haven't uploaded in like 4 weeks. We've been really busy with a load of stuff, filming other videos. It's just taken us a really long time. You can go.
Okay. As I mentioned in the intro, we've had a few issues with the corn and the wheat. Animals not getting enough nutrition, not growing quickly, which they need to this time of year, just as we're coming into the colder months. I still do use the wheat and corn, but rarely. I've also got bran in these barrels as well, but we've switched now, and we've switched for about a month, and I honestly the difference between is second to none. I mean, this feed here, which is the Gebi feed, originally from Serbia. It's 100% GMO free. In a little while, within Bulgaria, there's quite a few warehouses that supply it. We'll pop a link or a picture or something up here or down there or wherever it is, to their Facebook page, and also a list of stores that have that supply the food. So going into a bit more detail, we had a batch of chicks that we were raising on ground up corn and wheat, and on the advice of a few people, we were told, you know, they're going to be weak, they're not going to survive, there'll be some deformities, and I think we had our head in the sand, and this is kind of a learning curve for us. We just carried on, and unfortunately 75% of those chicks passed away. We're learning the hard way, but we found a stockist near where we are in Vratsa, in Bulgaria, and the lady Nadia there has kind of just set us up. So the first thing we ordered from her was the pig feed, which is here. It comes in 20 kilo sacks. It's roughly about 25 lev a sack for that, and then obviously they deliver to us as well, so it comes directly to the door. And she was the one that introduced us to Gebi feed, and we wouldn't go back, I don't think. So the first thing I done was literally jumped online and researched the food. The first thing that I thought was really good is that all of the grains and the cereals in the feed are heat treated, which means obviously all the microorganisms and the way that the cereals and the grains break down actually helps the animals to absorb it more efficiently, which results in a faster growth rate. So if you're doing things like broilers or ducks, things like that, and you want to get them bigger quickly, it helps with that. What we've done is I've sort of stuck to the middle range because I don't want a quick growth rate. I would rather just stick to your bog standard, but we have tried the broiler feed in the past, and for the few weeks we were using it, was really good. I can't actually fault the service of Nadia in particular, but I believe this is all the way around across the board. So as I said, we'll pop a link or a picture of everywhere that stocks it in Bulgaria. I'm unsure of other countries, but I'm assuming, obviously, seeing as it's Serbian, in Serbia you could order it, and I'm sure there would be similar alternatives in other countries. The way that the food is sort of processed and broken down is what really interested me, because it's quite scientific, and if you go onto their website or onto their Facebook page, they will explain it a lot better than what I can. They do a huge range. So, I currently have pig feed, rabbit feed, duck feed, chick feed, and specific chicken food. So they do food for laying hens, food for like yearling hens, and obviously they go right down to chicks. One thing that we actually thought was really kind is that when I first reached out to Nadia in Vratsa, the lady who stocks it for us, we explained the problems we were having with our chicks, and she arranged for an emergency delivery. I mean, it came on the same day, so we switched them over to the chick feed straight away. She gave us some powder that you dilute in water, which is like additional vitamins. So you give that to them after day 10. And then after day 10, she gave us a bottle of like prebiotic, which you give them for another 2 or 3 weeks. And on the advice that we've had from her, you can really see the difference between chicks. We've hatched 3 batches since we've been here in Bulgaria in 6 months, and this lot of chicks are the biggest, they're the healthiest, their plumage is coming out great compared to others, and it's just a big noticeable difference.
So before we go on with anything else, just wanted to shout out Boravet, which is like the entire company that the food actually comes from. So yeah, huge shout out to them.
It is a premium food, and some would say it's a premium cost, but to break it down for you, we were paying roughly 80 statinki per kilo for corn and wheat. A bag of chicken food is 15 Bulgarian lev, and I think given the fact that it gets delivered and it has all of the nutrients already in it, we don't have to go out and buy additional calcium, go out and buy additional stuff to put in with the corn and wheat. I think it's actually very reasonable, and that's one thing that Gebi as a company actually promotes, is that they try and keep the cost as low as possible for people who are trying to do this. They do a massive range, obviously pig, chicken, turkey specific, duck specific, horse, cow, pig, any kind of farmyard animal. And the suppliers, from the experience that I've had with the suppliers, they're really helpful, and obviously they have catered for me being English as well and my broken Bulgarian at the moment, and they've been nothing but helpful. I mean, in general, Gebi, it's guaranteed raw materials, so it's all natural. There's no steroids or anything in them. It's effective nutrition, so it's targeted for a specific animal or species, and it's also targeted to age, like down to age. So they do a chick food which is from day 0 up to day 21, and then after day 21 you go the next stage up until they get to adulthood. It's fast results. I mean, in the 3 weeks that we've had the chicks in the brooder now, we're already debating moving them out. They're fully feathered and ready to go, and they're just so much bigger and so much healthier looking than our other batches, and that is unfortunate, and that is down to us and the advice that we decided to take at the time. The other thing as well is that they pride themselves on perfect quality, which from what I've seen is true. In a minute we'll show you sort of a close-up of each feed, so you guys can have a look and show you the labels, and we'll also put a link or a picture of a product list which we've loosely translated into English for you guys. We can also put a Bulgarian picture up there for those of you that are watching from Bulgaria and that understand Bulgarian. But let's take a look at the food. So this is the pig feed. This is what I was recommended for the weight of pig that I have. So it's 16% protein, and also you get on the back a complete listing of everything that's in the feed. Comes in pellet form. Took about 2 days for our pigs to actually get used to switching over. Sometimes I will mix a little bit of corn in there with it as well. That comes in the 20 kilo sack. This is the rabbit feed. It's exactly the same as the sort of a pellet form. This is the duck feed, and again, this is just it's the same company, but it's a kind of a different well, packaging really. So I think this stuff here, like the pig food here, this is the premium stuff, and this is more of an affordable range, but again, you still get all of the all of the goodness. That is the duck well, granules, and again, on every bag comes your list. Also, when you go online, you can translate this. Obviously, if you go onto Google Chrome, you can translate this all into English or whatever language you need it to be. This is the chick crumb. I haven't opened this bag, but again, it is like normal chick crumb, so it's kind of like the duck feed, but it's finer. And again, a nice label with all of the ingredients and nutritional values on the back. This food here is premium, and it's for laying hens. So yeah, 16.5% protein, and it comes like this. Again, I'll mix that with maybe a little bit of corn and wheat, but I go by the recommended amounts online, which you can find to feed your animals. So before I bore you to tears, I just want to talk to you about our personal experience with the Gebby feed. I've noticed a massive difference in all of our animals. I mean, I couldn't specify which, because all of them have improved. With the chickens, we are currently still getting 9 eggs a day, and we haven't had below 7 eggs a day now since we've switched over to Gebby feed. Whereas with the corn and the wheat, it was slightly inconsistent, so sometimes you'd get 4 and then you'd get 6 and then you'd dip down again. This is quite consistent, and also the eggs are bigger, so you can be the judge of that, and they are still laying even as we dip into the into the winter now. The pigs, one in particular, Crispy Bacon, he's piled on quite a lot of pounds, and going back to the supplier Nadia in Vratsa, she's actually a qualified zoologist as well, and she helped us out with an issue that we had with our female pig. She'd managed to cut her foot, and you know, at the time we didn't know what we were doing. We'd thrown ourselves in the deep end, and so I contacted her. She recommended obviously all the initial first aid treatment for the pig, and recommended a spray that we used as as a foot bath. Was every other day, and it's completely cleared up. And I mean, hopefully you guys, if you are in other regions in Bulgaria, you get someone like Nadia, because she's really helpful. The rabbits, our rabbits have they're going through a molt at the moment anyway, because they're growing in their winter coat, but their winter coat looks a lot healthier. Our boy has finally started actually showing an interest in females, which again I'm going to put down to the feed and the changing weather, because it's cooler now. He's getting to the point where we think hopefully he'll actually manage to do the deed pretty soon. Obviously we got him young, but again he started on corn and wheat, and so obviously he's had a month now of actually getting the nutrition he needs, and so he's raring to go. I've already discussed the chicks with you, and finally we've got our ducks. Again, they started on corn and wheat, and we noticed a difference in weight and feather quality, and just how they are in general as soon as we, pretty much within the first week of changing over to this feed. So I really can't rave about it enough. This isn't a sponsored video, this is just our experience. So have a look and you can be the judge for yourself. Buy a bag and see how your animals go.
Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Hopefully this was a help to at least one or two of you that watch the channel, because obviously it works. And again, sorry we haven't posted in a while. We've just been too busy with way too much stuff, and obviously YouTube isn't really a priority at the moment. So yeah, but after the new year we're gonna try and get more videos out, hopefully about once a week, because at the moment it's been 4 weeks and a video hasn't gone up, so that's not good. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed the video. If you like what we do, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more. And ciao for now. See you in the next one.